Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Alfred Adask. This is the American Independence Hour for Thursday, June 26th, the year of our Lord 2008. You know, I was watching a Dr. Phil show just before this program began, and they had some mother there with her daughter who had run away repeatedly, 15-year-old daughter, run away from home repeatedly, prostituting herself, takes off to different parts of the country. They had to go through some fairly serious effort to try to even locate the little girl, bring her back. There, of course, they caught up with her someplace where she was working as a prostitute, hauled her back, and she was crying. She didn't want to go back to her mother, and she didn't want to go back to Dr. Phil's show. She'd already been there before. She said right there, as soon as you get me back, as soon as I'm going to run away just as fast as I get back there, I'll take off again. Everybody knows this. The story ends, the program ends. They're shipping the little girl off to some facility where they're going to keep her and try to give her a tune-up and get her back on her feet, and she can make a productive contribution to society. But the problem is, and the mother in the case, I didn't see her shed a tear. She has apparently been hardened by the situation where she's just no longer emotionally involved in a meaningful sense. She had threatened to sue Dr. Phil. He talked about it at the beginning. She had talked to somebody else. He's been trying to help her child in the past, had her off in some kind of treatment facility, and invested apparently a couple $100,000 in trying to get this child straightened out. And the mother's not satisfied with the results. She's threatening to sue Dr. Phil. And what I'm seeing is a woman who is simply vindictive, controlling, and not worth a damn, and the poor little girl's being destroyed by her own mother. And this is not an unusual story. The problem we have in this country, or at least one problem, is that the American woman has in large measure become a monster. We have women in this country, not all of them, but a big bunch of them, and maybe a majority, who think the only purpose for everyone else in life is to make them happy. I think it's the biggest mistake a man can make is saying, I'm going to make you happy, because in my experience, I've seen one woman in my life that was capable of being happy on a consistent basis, and that was my grandmother. Lives are being ruined while we pretend that every woman is acting in a condition of rationality every time they decide to make a move. Lives are being ruined because we live in a society that seems dedicated to the idea that we have to make every woman, it's our job as men. If you have a vagina, then we have to kiss the ass of everyone who has a vagina hung on the front end of it. That's our job as men. And you women should feel free. Take the home, take the car, take the land, take anything you can get your hands on. Take the kids, ruin everybody's life, ruin the father's life, ruin the kid's life, ruin your own life. It doesn't matter, because the only thing the world is here for is to make you happy. And if you're not happy, well, then it's only fair that the rest of the world be unhappy too. I'm frankly just so fed up with it that I can't see straight at times. This world, this country, not this world, this country bends over backwards to accommodate women, and they have become in large measure nothing but a bunch of money-grubbing sluts who don't give a damn about anything but easy money and the hole between their legs. Try to find decent women. Go on, try to find them. Men don't talk about this, women don't talk about this, but who doesn't understand that this is a problem? There's an old saying, if mama's not happy, nobody's happy. And the idea behind that is we all got to go out of our way to make mama happy. Get out of the way and let the rest of us get on with our lives. There is nothing so extraordinary about having a vagina that you should be allowed to destroy the lives of everyone who's touched it. And we live in a society that says, we just have to deal with any damn craziness you women come up with, mostly in divorce courts. We are caught in a society that believes in the maternal presumption, and nothing could be further from the truth. The truth of the matter is the most important parent in a child's life, the most important person in a child's life, is the biological father, not the mother. Mom's primacy relative to the child ends at the point in time when the child is weaned. At the point in time when the child is no longer nursing on the mother, if the child is on the bottle, the woman's primacy is already gone. From that point forward, the most important relationship association in that child's life will be the association with the biological father. And depending on the quality and existence of that relationship, the child, it is the single most reliable predictor of whether the child will flounder or flourish in this life. Does the child have a positive relationship with his biological father? If the child does, odds are that child is going to do well in the society as the child is inherently able to do. But you break that relationship, and that child is headed for trouble. And this is not an observation that is unique to myself. It's simply politically incorrect. And I don't doubt, from my perspective, it's part and parcel of the same crap. We have a system that's trying to open the borders and let illegal aliens flood in here. We have a system that's taken the wealthiest nation on earth and reduced it to the world's biggest debtor nation. We are teetering on the edge of an economic and perhaps social collapse, and we are there not by accident but by intent. I don't doubt for a minute that the people who have pushed us into this period, into this position of vulnerability, are the same people that are encouraging us to believe in the maternal presumption. The Bible doesn't believe in it. There's nobody who can claim to be a Christian and say, oh, I believe in the maternal presumption. Read the Bible. Look for the word fatherless and look for the word motherless in the Bible. You'll find the word fatherless 44 times in the Bible. Depending on what version you look at, you may find there may be some variation in the numbers depending on which version you're looking at. But I've done a study on it in the past. The word fatherless is there 44 times. The word motherless is there once. I don't believe that disparity, that disproportionality is accidental. I believe they understood thousands of years ago, you lose your mother, it's a problem. You lose your father, you're in great trouble. About 18 of those 44 verses that reference father are verses that are along this line. They are a command from God brought to the attention of the people by means of a prophet, where he says, do not oppress. Speaking to the wealthy and the powerful, he said, do not oppress the widows and the fatherless. What's that mean? It means that the widows and the fatherless are easily oppressed. That's what it means. It's not simply a commandment where it says, look, these people got enough trouble, don't pick on them anymore. It's more than that. It is a formula. If you can get that father out of the house, you wind up with a widow, or at least a wife without a husband, and you wind up with children without a father. And they knew 3,000 years ago that children without fathers were more easily oppressed. It is a formula. It's not simply a command. It is a formula for those who would engage in oppression in this life. First thing you want to do, you want to raise a class of people who are easily oppressed? Get the father out of the home. Feed the people some crap about the maternal presumption. Tell them how important it is that they have a mother. And forget that asshole father. You don't need to worry about him. All you need is a mom. And her precious love will steer you through all of the problems of life. It's a bunch of crap. It's no accident that they are removing fathers from homes. It's no accident that we live in a society that celebrates everything that's attached to a vagina and denigrates everyone who is a father. It's not an accident. But they get away with it, and they're going to keep getting away with it because women enjoy it. They enjoy the maternal presumption. They enjoy saying, listen, we want equal rights. We just don't want equal responsibilities. We want equal rights for women, but not equal rights for men. We don't want to divide the kids up in any sort of an equal fashion in the event of a divorce. No. We want everything men have, but there's some things we got to have extra because we're women. We have vaginas. Yeah. And that entitles us. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if our character, our intelligence, our ability, they're irrelevant. All you need is a vagina. You go to divorce court and you can win. And what it is in the end is you women are trading on your whole. You understand? There is no difference from the maternal presumption in a divorce court and a prostitute standing on the street. You're trading on your whole. Has nothing to do with character. It has nothing to do with value. It has nothing to do with intelligence or ability. Just say, hey, Judge, look, I've got a vagina. Give me the kids. Give me the house. Give me the car. Give me, because I'm entitled, because I have a vagina. And we have a world that's accepted that, and it does so in violation of that fundamental principle we find again in the Bible. About 18 verses say, do not oppress the widows and the fatherless. Again, what does it tell us? It's a warning to the rich and powerful, don't do it. But again, it is also a formula. If you are bent on oppression, the widows and the fatherless are easily oppressed. The children who are raised in a fatherless condition will be easily oppressed throughout their lives. They will grow up without the sense of self-esteem, self-confidence, self-worth, personal security that is essential to be able to function confidently in a society. It doesn't mean that they're not capable of violence, but it does mean that they are less able to stand up and defend themselves in civil circumstances.